Faculty and residents, you get a rare opportunity to create an innovative educational experience for your students for the course of an entire year. I know that may seem daunting at first because you're probably more used to seeing students at a semester at a time and as a whole different group of students with the same content. But you are going to be working with students over the course of the year, first year students more importantly, and I want you to think about their growth and development on a continuum. So before they get to you in the summer, they're thinking about college. Some of them are nervous, some of them are excited, some of them are just downright scared, and some of them aren't thinking of you at all. But once they get to day one, that's move-in day, I want you to start thinking about this journey is where it begins. Your first impression will be made on move-in day. This is one of the most important days for you and your family to meet and greet parents and students because this first impression will either ease their anxieties or increase them. So day one, I want you to start thinking about what you're going to do, who you'll be, what kind of energy you're going to bring to that day, and so forth. This first weekend is one of the most important parts of the whole year, just these 2 days, because this you will start to hook them into the experience. This first weekend is a time where some of them may drift or tread water, so to speak. This is your time to intentionally create activities to hook them into the community and to your learning style. So that first weekend, think about what is it you want to do with them and what kind of culture do you want to start to create. Week one, and more importantly, your first day of class is still part of that hook. This Tuesday meeting is your formal class, and I encourage you to think about the impression you're going to make in that first class. This will create a lasting impression of how that weekly meeting will go. So I encourage you to think about how active you could be, how creative, how innovative, so they don't think of this as a regular class. This class is over the course of the year in your community. This weekly meeting is a complement to it. So think about that. Again, first impression, hook them into the boat. Your first week, you're still trying to hook them. And then the next couple weeks, you are spending time to land them into this experience. So I always encourage students and staff and faculty to think about the first 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks as the time that you're going to land them into the experience. And you're really going to set the culture and tone of the time that they're together. I would say about mid-September is when you're going to start seeing people, they're going to start they're liking each other, they're getting to the experience, and mid-September through October is what we like to call storming time. People start to get to know each other more than we had imagined. They start to like each other or not like each other, and this is where we see in residence halls, because people can't get away from each other, a lot of conflict. Storming. What I tend to see in November and December is some fatigue and some burnout. After Thanksgiving, people tend to have a little mental checkout. So along this continuum, it's really important to think about what activities can I intentionally create to make a good first impression, to hook them into the experience, to land them in the boat, and then what work needs to be done as conflicts arise and people start to get fatigued and want to really check out in December. I'm not even going to get into the next semester, but think about that continuum over the first fall semester.